Today's subject: Nights into Dreams for the Sega Saturn. This is a complete in-box copy, which is quite different from the version I got in 2006. And I wanted a proper complete in-box copy because there's just no game like Nights into Dreams, no game. And I must tell you, Sega is more than just a gaming company. There's heartfelt commitment even to a little bit, those quirky different style games, and many turned out to be great because playing most games on Saturn it is relatively straightforward. My neighbor had a Saturn, and I have gone through surgery at the time. I had gone through surgery because of this cerebral palsy issue that I have, but to keep me happy, I borrowed this machine and I played through the Sega Flash CD. And what was there to it? Sonic 3D, I heard Arcade, Sonic Jam. Well, from someone I was ill-advised. My father, having traveled from here to Stockholm, took to look for Sonic 3 for Mega Drive, but only found the Saturn copy. I was deluded that there did not exist any good games on Saturn, and that I needed to get it for Mega Drive because Mega Drive was everything at the time for me. For many years it was like that. Even the Saturn that I had that I bought used for 500 SEK, it's like 50 pounds sterling. It was like the price was crazy. It was back in 1998 when nobody wanted Saturn anymore. Imported from Japan, Dreamcast was the thing at that. It's that's just how things are. Sometimes you are lucky and it is in working condition, but something just happened at home when I had people over. The actual place that connects the SCART lead got jammed. It just wouldn't stuck. Before this, when it sticks like that, it's on and off again. Like, it doesn't work. So I had to find a new system. And at that time, I paid around 2,000 for just the machine. And those 500 SEK is like, oh man, you will never find good games at that price anymore. Well, I have my three favorites here. This is number one of them. And I would just like to see that you knew from start where I was coming from, which was the Sega Mega Drive. We decided to pick up, well, I don't know what you think of it, but Sonic Spinball instead. And that's one of my happiest memories in gaming as well. So I'm not downplaying the effect of having Mega Drive going, but at the first round of years, I just had Saturn in a summer house. My parents owned a summer house at the time up north, and I used to play Where You Fight the Kids with my cousins. That was like was all at the time. But it's like some collectors they want it because it's getting rare. They see only the face value. They're not into like gameplay, just about getting things. I saw to it that I get copies for all my three favorite games and protective plastic like this to keep them in good condition. But I've been unlucky finding Sonic 3D in a good condition. Um, but nevertheless, that's not what I was going to talk to you about right now. You see, in 2007, well, there is a. What was it that I wanted to tell you? Um, Nevertheless, I played nights like no other game, and I feel quite a nerve-wracking feeling, nerve-wracked, as if I was nerve-wracked. That's what happens when I hold the controller today nowadays, and I don't even think about getting that high score all the time. But I really think the game itself has a poignant, warm expression, meaning that I sometimes just use the game I have to run and jump around in the beautiful setting and atmosphere that is being offered. I am not in a slamming groove to complete all the aims of find secret power-ups, but finding this game even made my brother, who previously dismissed Saturn after seeing FIFA. He stated when seeing 19 release, "That's good graphics," and so it is. It's in truth, it's good graphics. Um, and I mean the splendor of all the color. I've only seen very few games to come out up to that comfortable environment that you get enclosed in because you are committed to gaming now, right? There is one way it affects the moods of how you play, affects the moods of the people or creatures living in this dream world, and every single dream you have the affection, the consciousness, all these things. It's really good to the escapism motives in lights are there because you get into this world instead of staying in this gray world that depends on anxiety that never really settles. It's so dependent on your own feelings that you can't get away from yourself when you have problems. But the escapism nature of nice dreams is really good. And even if you can only concentrate to play 15 minutes each Saturday, it is still worth it because at least for a bit you get into this world. It's a different world. You don't have to worry about anything at all. And coming to this escapism theory again, well, I wrote an English paper on it once in upper secondary school. Why a game could provide such a positive, positive feel, positive atmosphere. How you could be taken out of the boring life you were living just to see something else that brings you comfort, happiness, works as a remedy towards depression, all of it. And that's how it is. I bought it in about uh, not too far away from where I live, but well, no. So, but this is of course the replayability of this game is interesting too. Now I'm not as good as I was before, but just this atmosphere I can't get away from it. It's terrific. That's so. No one can say anything else about that. There's either the running around if you're one of the children, and then there's this flying segment in it where you can fly around as Light's the main character. Um, from what happens, it's like it's racing platform, Tamaguchi, whatever. There are many aspects to it. To make things sizzle, you do this step by step. Nothing happens at once here. You have to play for a while to get into it. So it's like if you get into the mood of like just staying in this environment, it's nothing really to care about when it happens. That you when it's more than just a game. And the objectives of the game, that's one side of it. But it's the same thing with Sonic Gems, the Sonic World. It's the same thing. Likewise, it's very nice to run around in a comfortable, nice environment, and that's like one of the main factors why it's so likable. Even if you're not good at getting the high scores, and I'm very frank about those facts. You should try it if you haven't already. But try to find this relaxed mood. Don't only focus. Do not only focus about focus on getting the highest score and so on and so forth. That's not everything that matters in this game. Well, thank you.